On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. Today we have an amazing guest for you guys. You know, we love to talk about XRP and cryptocurrency here. We have a legend that is coming to join us. You guys are all familiar with that graphic of the XRP exchanging currency. Everybody loves it. Everybody has always wanted to know who is behind that amazing graphic. It's so cool. It's so cool that Ripple should be using that as their primary graphic when they exchange currency through their software platform. But we're going to bring in that legend, Chip. It is John.
Yeah. Jonny Lawrence, and he's coming out.
Go.
He's got a new NFT collection coming out, and it is really exciting.
And
so
it is amazing. We might even dive into the white paper. So join us here because you guys love XRP and you want to hear more, and you guys are going to want to meet Jonny. So let's get this thing started, Chip.
Welcome to On the Chain.
And without further ado, Jeff, we need a drum roll. We need like one of those
we need
drum rolls.
We're going to get one.
But yeah, let's bring him in. This is everybody. Welcome to the On the Chain. This is Jonny Lawrence. Jonny, what is going on? How are you?
What's up, Jonny?
I'm good. Thank you. Nice to be here. I like the intro as well.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, where are you tuning in from? What part of the world?
I'm from Barcelona, so I think it's 2 p.m. my time at the moment. So you're 8 a.m. right? So yeah,
just
a little bit ahead of you. But yeah, it's really nice next to the coast and just like a 2-minute walk from the beach. So it's a nice way to chill out after work, you know.
That's perfect.
Awesome. And
so man, so you are a legend in this space because you created this graphic. I think everybody knows it far and wide. You know, it's been shared multiple times all over the place. I think this would be an amazing place to start. There it is right there. Look at that graphic. It explains everything. I mean, I haven't seen another graphic like it. I haven't seen a Bitcoin graphic, you know, trying to explain mining and what it means and how it does, you know, there's nothing else. This is such a perfect explanatory. How did you come up with that?
Well, I mean, first off, I think I prefer to, I'm not very good at vocally explaining things. So I tend to do things visually. And I just thought during that time, so I made that in August of 2019. And during that time, there wasn't much, you know, visual means of learning cryptocurrency. And I was into XRP since very early on, since when I got into crypto. And so I was like, you know, I can imagine how it's going to work, you know, visually. How does it transparency as a bridge currency while visually showing the burn, you know, that each time it goes through, there's a slight burn of XRP. So I thought, you know, let's use the logo and transfer these other currencies. And there we have it. That's the final image. And the currencies are, I think at the time, they were based off of the $1 equivalent. So with each currency that you see from around the world, it's kind of, that is the value in $1 in their currency.
That's really cool. That, you know, I missed that part. That's amazing.
Yeah, of course. That little
I think it's not the same now.
It's not the same now, but that kind of detail is one of the things I think we really appreciate about what you've done, and you know, and it's the timing's really good too because you got a new project coming out, and we'll take a look at some of your other work as well. But tell us a little bit about your new project.
Yeah, so it's called the XRPC collection. Basically, there's going to be 1,000, and it's based off of the XRP GIF that you see. And there's varying currency types. So you have some fiat, you have cryptocurrency, you even have some ancient coins in there, and you have my JL coins. And the concept is to kind of completing a certain set grants you a redeemable coin. That's basically acts like a gift voucher. So you can redeem that anytime for one of my digital artworks. So you can kind of get the concept that this collection interlinks with my digital collection that I'm growing at the moment.
You said
So let's
digital.
let's dive into that. Let's dive into that
Yeah.
phygital. So you've taken two
Digital.
words, you've combined them. Explain a little bit what that's behind that phygital.
So I mean, I didn't come up with that word. I think aesthetes maybe. Do you know them? They're
Yeah, sure.
building on the
Yeah.
XRP. And back then, I started thinking about it about a year and a half ago. What inspired me was when I saw Beeple, when people were receiving these physical digital frames of the artwork, and they were receiving some of his authentic pubic hair as well, which is a little bit weird, but that's his personality. Anyway, it inspired me to think, I think there's something to this, and I'd been wanting to find a way to sell my prints, and so I thought this is a good moment in time to combine my digital knowledge with my more traditional means of creation, such as prints or oil paintings. So yeah, it kind of began a year and a half ago, and I feel like it's starting to up a little bit. Like I'm hearing on Twitter a little bit more. The word phygital is kind of becoming a little bit more familiar. So I'd be interested in seeing where it goes in the future. But yeah, the concept for me is it's kind of like an NFT backed physical item. So, but the way my concept is when people buy my NFTs, they will, if they hold it throughout a snapshot, then they have the opportunity to claim a print. And so these are kind of linked to the NFT. So I put I don't know if you can see in the background, I have a couple of got the XRP ball there. And there's a little QR code, and I've recently added little chips at the back as well, so people can scan it in and see that they are authentic from me as well, as opposed
little
to
chip, chip.
Yeah, a little chip.
Little chip.
Little chip. I like that. Chip's always a good
So the
thing.
idea is they just have to scan the barcode, and then it leads to their NFT. And I have I've started a thing called JL Trades, which is basically a thing I do on Discord and on my website, where it allows people to trade the physical print as well as the NFT, or a combination of them both. So doing like a phygital trade as well. So basically it gives some liquidity to the physical print as well. And I think there's a lot of value in that, the fact that it's easily tradable. So I had someone recently buy off the secondary market one of my prints for $3,000. So that shows that there is real value in the physical product as well as the digital.
Right on. So here it talks about phase 1 buyers, exclusive NFTs, no longer available, sent to their. So you're also, so you can use SGB as well as,
That's right, yeah.
And I'm imagining once Flare drops, you'll probably be able to use Flare as well as in addition to XRP.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, the XRP collection is going to be on the XRPL, but some of the phygital artwork will still be running on like Flare networks, and maybe some artwork will be on the XRPL as well. I just found like I was ready to go for a long time, and I was waiting patiently for XLS20 to go live, and it keeps extending, and there was no real official word when it was going to be released. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead. Most of us are familiar with Songbird and Flare networks since the airdrop, and I thought that was a good network to use for my artwork. And yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, right on. That's very cool too, and I like you're involving that, because I don't think anybody else is doing that either. I think that's fairly that new concept. There might be somebody else, but I haven't heard of anything NFT wise that's been that Songbird is a option. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the only issue is obviously that it's quite volatile, crypto in general. So running a business it's quite tricky, because like you can have somebody purchase your artwork, but it's the weekend and you're not working, and then a couple of days later you find that you did sell something, but then the value has dropped by like 10%, but I still get taxed based off of the time of purchase. So
right, exactly.
ideally,
And
the
go ahead.
ideal situation would be if there was like an issued stable coin, and people purchase using the stable coin on the XRPL. And
That's a great idea. I think that would be, and it's interesting because people are always trying to figure out what's the purpose of a stable coin. And I think you just hit it, very, very perfectly, is that you need something that will maintain value. So as, we have so many of
yes,
these assets fluctuate, and there's pretty, overall fairly wide swings in the valuation, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, or any of the other many cryptos out there. There seems to be wide swings from day to day, which is some of the problems that we see on a global scale with traditional fiat currencies. Certain countries have wide swings that could be week to week, which makes it extremely difficult to trade with those countries. So if your digital asset is meant to help replace or help correct some of these wide currency swings, we're not achieving that when we have wide swings in the crypto. And what I mean, that's such a perfect point. So having a stable coin on the XRPL that will allow people to transact, and whether that ends up being your own currency, to work within your own platform, or if whatever that platform might be. I mean, that it gives people the opportunity. So that way you can say, hey, I'm putting my projects up. It's going to be on the XRPL. It's going to use an XRPL stablecoin. You can obviously use XRP and go through the XRP stablecoin, but your purpose, you want to receive the stablecoin, so that way you're maintaining value. That makes so much sense.
exactly.
And
It does. I mean,
taxation is a big issue.
it is, and it hit me pretty bad, because there were a couple of times when at first you had the Songbird network where the token crashed, and it still has yet to recover. And you also have, the general crypto market crashed recently as well. So very important that when you make a sale, it's, for me at least, I have to cash it out or like put it into a stable coin, which is a manual process, which is the annoying part, but mitigates the risk of that fluctuation and being taxed on an asset that is no longer valued the same.
Conversely, if it goes up in value, but you don't want to take the risk.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. You put a lot of hard work into it, and then you have to deal with that volatility, which is again, it brings back that pain points in a lot of different places. So
here's a quick question from Hans Loaded, who happens to help us produce the show and chop up our videos and get us to post some of the short content. So huge shout out to Hans Loaded. He does have a question here, for you. Do you have a graphic artist background? Was that your primary gig?
Yeah, well, I studied in. I've been doing artwork my whole life, but I studied in animation. Back in 2010, graduated, and then I've been working freelance since then. So 12 years of freelance. So I mean, graphic art is kind of like logos and things like that, right? Or web design. I did start out actually after graduating. I was doing some graphic art. I was a graphic artist for the first year. But then I stepped away and I did my own thing, and I did an animation on YouTube and it went viral. And then from there, I got enough clients from that video to generate enough income for a few years to come. So
nice.
Yeah,
I'm currently skipping through.
Yeah, you got Bill Bailey there. Yeah. These are some animated book covers for a client.
It's great stuff. And then I wanted to jump up here real quick. Where do we have it?
I like
Yeah,
the
these-
graphic you put on the you had it on a watch with the XRP logo.
Yeah.
And then
I
here are
think
some of the
that
ones.
was XRP Tidbot one.
Yeah, the people were recognized here. You know, you go in and you scan it, and there's the XRP tip bot right there. It's like scan it, and
I love
ring.
the Tidbot.
It was such a big thing a couple years ago, wasn't it?
I loved it, and I loved the community vibe. It really brought people together. Like when you just tip people a little bit of XRP, they would feel like, I don't know. It felt closer to me.
It was
feels
exciting.
It feels
had fun.
complicated today, though. It feels a little bit complicated, but this was another great one with the old tech. With the let me see if I can get bigger on this one here. But you got the he's holding a Bitcoin. You got like the old guy kind of struggling up there.
I was releasing that one, and I think there was quite a lot of Bitcoin maxis that had a real problem with this. They didn't like it, obviously.
Of course not.
Yeah. But
vulnerable, 51% attack.
Hey, Hans Loaded is saying you're underselling yourself. This is an amazing collection.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't like to big myself up too much. I mean,
don't worry, we will. Count on us to raise you, man. Yeah, because you're a legend. Absolutely.
Oh, so another comment here from Chris saying he's going to be on Atlantic Ave in Delray.
I'll probably be there tomorrow.
Galleries is having a fashion show. He's slowly attempting to turn his art into NFTs. So how interesting is that?
Hey, is that the gallery?
A lot of stuff going on.
Chris, is that the gallery by the Blue Anchor? Is that the one down there on the same side of the road there? The Blue Anchor is a pub from England that they actually took apart the pub, they shipped it over here, and they reassembled it. So it's the most odd thing on this, like, you know, in the U.S. It's like you have all these like very modern places, and then you got this pub, and it's got that smell. I was just there like last weekend. It's, you know what I mean? It smells like a pub, you know.
Chip, have you had their curry? Their curry is really good.
Bad ones,
right?
Yeah,
this one's somewhere in between. No, it's actually good.
But these
really
animations were phenomenal, man.
They were a lot of fun to do, and I think after the first one, the one that everyone recognizes, I was like, it's kind of inspired me to make a few more. You know, there was a few more aspects of XRP that could be explained, like the Nostra Vostro, so freeing up and bridging walled gardens. Yeah,
these are amazing because a lot of people think visually. You know, here's Death Ranger saying, you know, had come onto YouTube to say, "Love your work, JL. I've been using the XRP currency GIF since it was made." We had a lesson on GIF versus GIF. So GIF.
This Nostra Vostra one is like really solid because it explains exactly, you know, some of the things. You know, you got the different countries here, you know, Brazil, Japan, you know, United Kingdom. It's like, and it kind of explains a little bit about how that works. You know, that Nostra Vostra, you got your XRP balance sheet, and that bridge asset that, you know, for walled gardens. So I mean, there's so much going on in here. Even how cool it is with this little support.
Yeah, it's like a bridge,
dude.
Bridge made of XRP.
Right, a bait of XRP. I'm like, that is just right there. Is just like, it's well thought out. And I know people on listening to the podcast can't hear. Of course, there's right there, but most people probably
good reason to tune into YouTube.
Will recognize right there, and you know, but just you know, everything growing liquidity, expanding corridors. You can see how that grows, and you got that little, like how you've utilized the XRP logo and how it kind of like moves and expands.
I was using the Ripple branding colors at that moment in time. I think they might have changed it now. But
has anyone from Ripple reached out to you at all?
They did, yeah, in 2019. Just because, thanks to the community, they were like tagging loads of people from Ripple, and then I got a DM from one of the guys, and but it didn't really go anywhere. I think they were looking for somebody very, very specific, and I didn't match at the time, because back then, I mean, I only had really going for me was that one XRP GIF, and so it was kind of the early days for me growing in the cryptocurrency crypto
That should have been
community.
enough. It's really amazing, you know, Johnny. I mean, I'm looking at the graphics, and you could put a whole kind of a graphic explanation of you know, of the XRPL into RippleNet, so people truly clearly understand, you know, what's happening, and that's what you've done. And you know,
Mm.
it to me, it'd be amazing to see, you know, again, having, you know, Ripple with RippleNet, you know, using that as their as building something for their explanatory as they're bringing it to their customer base. And even further, you know, as we reach into trying to teach our congressional representatives what digital assets do, and you know, sometimes the written word is confusing to them,
Yeah.
and the spoken word just mind boggles them. So you know, putting together a graphic illustration to help them understand would be pretty amazing. You know, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm seeing here. And this could also go to the, you know, really for mainstream adoption, you know, to see this, you know, get out, you know, to the masses even further, as an explanatory. Here's what digital asset does. Here's what XRP does, XRPL, you know, et cetera. I mean, it's so great what you put together. Right now, it's in the community. I think it's going to go a lot further.
Mm.
Unloaded said, I used some of these GIFs in a short music video I made. Am I breaching copyright, and shall I remove it?
No, I mean, so that the original one I kind of view as that was the community GIF that was for everybody. Even though someone does own it, but it's on the Ethereum blockchain at the moment. But I will transfer it over. But no, it's okay. I think it's important that people can share and educate people on how XRP works, and I think it's done a good job at the moment. Teaching
Well, that's
people
kudos to
very
you.
simply. I've heard a lot of I've heard a lot of people telling me that they showed their family member or friend, and you know that it can help. I mean, I'm not very good at explaining verbally things, so to me it would be better to just show somebody how something works. And
Let's
that's
talk a
why I
little
do
bit
it.
about.
Hey, I've got to run. I have a previous engagement, but Johnny, it was so amazing to meet you. I've always wondered, you know, who's
You too.
behind the thought process that went behind all these graphics that you've put together, which are just awesome. Appreciate you coming on here on the chain. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I'll check you guys out later. But again, enjoy the rest of the show. Johnny's got a lot more to share. We'll see you later.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Jeff.
Chip.
All right, see you,
Cheers.
Jeff. Have a
Thanks,
good
Johnny.
one.
All
We'll
right.
chat later, man.
Yep.
So so it was funny. Originally, Jeff wasn't going to join at all, so he was
No,
he
it's
was able
good.
to join us, which is really cool. And I wanted
Mm.
so I was like, come on, man, you can make this. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to join this, but then I got to run because he's got commitment. But
Yeah.
I want to talk about this right here. So this is right here. I believe this your digital collection. Let's look at what this is here, because I think I've there you go, right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that's it.
this, when this first came out, I thought this is one of my favorite. You know, I never got really that super excited about some NFTs, but this
Yeah.
one right here, I just thought, man, how beautiful it is.
Yeah,
You guys
it's
can't hear it, but it's playing music back in my ear. But
yeah.
the bear, freaking amazing right there.
Yeah, so I was designing it with the intention of being A1 size print. So my focus was on the print first, and then the NFT. And then, so the NFT is an animated version of that print. So it's like seeing the bear come to life. There's a lot of little hints of bearable guy 1, 2, 3. You know, a few clues in there.
Yeah, the XRPL on the nails right there. It's really good stuff.
Right.
You got the classic mask. This one here, how many hours went into making this?
That, I mean, if you want to include the actual NFT itself, I think it took almost 3 to 4 weeks of work. And I mean, I did say I was working freelance my entire career, but there was a moment in time a couple years ago where I was working for a company, and so this one was it was building towards my digital collection, and so I was kind of fitting it in when I came home from work. That's probably
Yeah,
why
it's just incredible. And I love what you did with the mask too. You had this like very gothic sort of look to it. It's got this. I mean, everything about that is just phenomenal. Of course, there's the bull too. This one here, again, kind of its complementary.
That's right. Yeah.
The XRP bull is just phenomenal. What I love about it is the detail on it is incredible.
Mm. There's a little message on the bull ring, that goes towards the SEC. It's just a little hidden message that's not too obvious.
Where's that?
There's a little message on the bull ring, the bull's ring there, but you can only really see it if you are.
Oh, right on.
If you own the print, you'll definitely see it.
Got it.
You might be able to that way, but if not, it's available through the print.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. As you can see what it looks like, got a print on the wall with a nice frame. It's fantastic. And here's a sort of a video. Yeah, because the actual NFT itself has movement in it. And even the back.
This is like a trailer that I like to release when when I have a piece of art coming. Then this is kind of the stuff that you'll see to begin with, just to kind of get people a little bit excited. And also it refers to which rank. So this one here is the rare. And this is basically is to fit every customer's need. So there's, you start with origin rank, which has 200 supply. So it has, people have the opportunity to own one of 200. And it goes all the way up to the ghost relic rank, which is kind of like a 1 of 1 or 3 of 3.
Super rare.
And they're very rare, and that a lot of work goes into them and stuff. Right now, actually, I just want to say that I'm working with I'm doing a collaboration with a guy called Chris, and he's doing we're doing digital guitars.
Nice.
So he's put so much work into it. He's in the headstock. There's a gram of gold, Swiss gold, and
wow.
Yeah, and it's like made of exotic wood, and you got mahogany there, and there's some references to the XRP for the XRP community as well. So we intend to release that on Flare Finance. Just waiting for the platform to be ready. There's a couple of things that we're waiting for, a few updates, and then we're ready to go. And it comes with a carbon fiber case as well. So it's like he's really gone all out.
Yeah, let's hear more about that one too. So this one, so basically the claim period is from it started at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. For those that were were holding the NFT, they just had to hold during the snapshot date that I announce on social media, and then they have that claim period to fill in a form on my website, and that gives them a free print. So the print itself, I give out for free. They just pay for the person package, and like I said, the print themselves has a value, as one sold for 3,000 recently.
Nice. And what's the value, the purchase value for the NFT, roughly?
At the moment, or at the time?
Yeah, at the moment. At the moment.
Oh god, I mean, that's hard to say actually. I mean, because I haven't checked the current price.
Yeah, roughly. I mean, just like a range, maybe.
Probably, it depends, but maybe one of them is 100 euros or 200, and then you have some that are maybe 700, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
And the purpose, they have a utility as well. So when you hold the NFT, you get the opportunity to get put into a raffle, which allows you certain discounts on upcoming artwork.
That's nice. Utility built into it. And this one here, I love the early bird signal here. The way you've wrapped that up is pretty cool. The bull. What people don't realize is that it's playing some loud music, so it's like a little bit. The music's cool.
Check it out. So basically, I mean, I haven't released on all of them, just the bottom middle one, I believe. I'm doing augmented reality to them. So if you've got a phone and you download the Artivive app, you'll be able to put it up to the print that's on your wall, and you'll be able to see it come to life.
Oh, wow.
So I'm looking forward to doing the XRP Bear and Bull, because then, you know, people will be able to see the life, you know, the real life version, or the moving version, kind of Harry Potter like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's really amazing stuff. Yeah, and each one of them has you have an icon there. What's behind that?
That refers to the rank. So this one is, yeah, this one's called Origin, and there's a page that on there, it says ranks on the left.
Yeah, let me do that here. So this is the ranks.
Yeah.
So there's your meta. So
Yeah,
1,000 plus supply, right?
Yeah, they're for like tickets and stuff.
Origin, this one's rare.
Yeah, so you kind of build up, and you can see the supply that goes down.
Super rare, ultra rare, relic. Relic is incredible.
That's when you get that. Yeah. So the idea with the XRPC collection as well is you'll be able to get these redeemable coins that will represent one of these 6, and with that you'll be able to redeem one of the digital artworks that represent that rank. So if you manage to obtain a Ghost Relic redeemable coin through the collection, then you will be able to, in the future, you'll be able to receive one of these, which is like a one-of-one piece of artwork.
Yeah, there's so much thought put behind this. I mean, even these symbols. I mean, the fact that they're all pretty much connected and intertwined. You know, there's a lot of the same shape movement. We've got
the shape itself is basically the Origin rank, my JL logo, and it's just kind of multiplied to achieve different shapes.
Yeah, it's incredible. So that in itself is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a really, you put a lot of thought into it, but there's also, especially on the utility side, which is great, because, you know, if we take some of that thinking process that we have when we look at a digital asset, you know, a lot of us, we talk heavily about, does it have utility? You know, is it if a meme coin, it's fun or whatever. It's, you know, there's so many of those meme coins, but, you know, some of them, you know, like Doge actually had some utility because of how it'll be able to participate, you know, in flares. So, but when you have an NFT and you actually have, there's utility behind it, and that right there is what sort of separates it. And then you add that phygital component where you, especially if you can go up to it with that app and sort of make it come alive on the wall, it's incredible. And right over your left shoulder there, we are looking at an animation too, of your animations running right there, and probably NFTs. Let me go ahead and solo you for a second here, so people can get a better idea what that looks like behind you. That is so incredibly cool right there. And
it was designed to match a digital frame that you can purchase as well. So if you did want it in your home, it's kind of, the dimensions are thought out already so you can, it's just something to keep as part of the XRP community. It's something.
And that's really cool, because I could see something like that behind me playing all the time, because it just so symbolizes what's going on. It's just an incredible sort of a, and it's iconic. It's become so iconic, just because we're so accustomed to really to looking at it. And but again, you know, you say you're not good at auditory as far as explaining stuff, but you took something so complex and made it incredibly simple. And I think that's really what your forte is. And especially when looking through all your work, and, you know, I was looking through it the last couple of days, you know, looking through your Behance, which is where your portfolio is. And I probably should throw, you know, just for people too, I'll throw that up too. And it will be down in the but I'll put that right there in the chat if people want to go check that out. And of course, you are available to hire. Let's suppose somebody says, hey, you know, I've got a business, or I've got an application, you know, what's the best way to reach out to you? Like, reach out to you over on social media?
Yeah, you could do that, or you could go through my website, and there should be a contact page as well, and it's contact@jonnylawrence.com, and then yeah, I'll be able to reply through there.
Yeah, so if anybody sees this and says, hey, you know, what if you did something like this, you know, and you know, there's always an option or a potential possibility as well. And I'm really excited about this guitar project because, you know, being a musician too, I love the
Nice.
idea of guitar, especially with the wood, and that whole thing intrigues me as well. So I love to hear more about that collaboration as that unfolds too. I guess I'll have to put you
Yeah,
in.
I can send you a link as well.
Yeah, send me a link because I'd love to see that. Yeah, I've actually have, it was named from a long time ago, but I've got a Riddlers and Bears you know, list that I have, that I throw people in there. So I always wonder how people use Twitter, but I think the best way that I've found is to segment different people or organizations in the list. I have an NFT list where NFT projects that I want to follow, especially in the XRPL. Did you do any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way, because otherwise it's just overload.
Yeah, I got that. I just thought,
when you follow thousands of people, it's like, man, how do you keep? We lost you for a second.
Yeah, I'm there. Yes, it's tricky to follow everyone. You know, I follow a few people, but I don't see them on the feed. So I'm like, you know, months pass. I'm like, oh, I haven't heard anything from this guy in a while. I'll check him out, and then the moment that you interact with their tweets and things, you start seeing them back in the main feed. But you know,
well, you also have to. There's also a box you have to check. Yeah. There's what Twitter will suggestive show you, and then you have to turn that off so it shows you every tweet. I think they do that to limit, like, especially if you follow thousands of people. But there's a way to turn that back to where, because for the longest time I had the same issue in my main feed. I would see the same stuff, and then if you turn that off, then you get every single tweet, and you're like, wow, I didn't even know I followed that person or that company or whatever it is. You know, like, that must have been years ago I followed them. So
yeah. But like, if you do follow a lot, then you're gonna get like thousands of tweets in a day. It's just not manageable.
It's not manageable. And then there's one that I follow that's really custom to XRP, and you know, and that way there you can put people in that, you can add them to that list, and it's easy. And then you can kind of jump across the lists. And funny enough, you know, Twitter has something called Twitter Blue, which is a paid service. I think it's like $3.99, but allows you to upload videos up to 8 minutes long. You can only do it from your computer, but it allows you to make custom bookmarks. Sometimes you bookmark something, it allows you to make custom folders. So it's been actually pretty valuable.
That is, yeah, I can see the use in that. Yeah, because I have to scroll down a lot when I want to see a bookmark that I did a while ago. Yeah, definitely.
So I you know, it's like it's especially on the videos, like 2 minute and 20-second video. It's like, you know, just that alone is pretty good to be able to upload a longer video. Sometimes people will cut them up into like 5, and it's like, you know, it's worth paying, you know, $4 a month just to have that feature. Seems to be pretty good. It has some other little features too. The one that I like the most is the one where you hit send, and as you're pressing send, you realize I've misspelled something or I want to change something. You can set a timer, kind of like Gmail. When you send something out, you can set a timer that allow you to kind of pull it back and say, oh crap, I like that, because I had that on my Gmail too. It was 30 seconds and I did it to a minute. Sometimes I'll go do something, I'll think about it, I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, and it's already gone. So, but anyway, this is not about Twitter. This is about Jonny Lawrence. I want to talk about this project too. So we're all very familiar with Black Mirror. This is Block Mirror. Talk about this. Tell us about this a little bit, this project.
Yeah, so this is kind of more of a long distance project that's been ongoing. I'm slowly building it up over time, but the idea is that it's going to be like one of the first Web3 animation series that will be built off of community interaction and airdrops. So basically the idea is you will have a choice of 3 characters, and and there'll be a vote, and the character that receives the highest amount of votes gets minted as an NFT and gets sent to the people that got the majority vote, who was in the majority vote. They'll get airdropped it, and at the same time, the character will be sort of minted into the block mirror universe. So it'll be a new character that'll be fully animated, and so it's sculpted by the viewers, and the story is affected by the viewers because they're the ones that are choosing the characters that go in, and on occasion there'll also be like a choice of 3 scenarios. So it might be like this guy goes on a date with this other character, or so whatever is favored by the community is what will be voted in, and yeah, that's the basic concept.
And I remember
so the idea is, as well, is that people that once the XRPC collection is fully sold, then there'll be 1,000 owners or wallets, and then the holders will be airdropped a meta ticket, which allows them to participate in this animation series.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So we have Hans Loaded says lizard people, and then we've got Alchemist. He says Schwartz, Gary, and Clayton. Of course, these are just made up characters, right?
Yeah, they're kind of. I don't want to connect up to real life people. I say that they are purely fictional, and if you see some resemblance, then that's purely coincidental. But like their name, for example, the idea is they don't remember their names, and they go into the meta clone network. So I say clone because they are basically uploaded, and but their memory is limited. So like because each block has very limited data, so they don't remember the name, but they're assigned like a number, and the collection will have like just characters that are numbered. And this gives there's a certain demand for the characters, because if you think about it, there's only going to be, you get 1 of 3 choice for each character, so you have a 33% chance of winning. So if you want to own the complete collection of the characters, then you either have to purchase on the secondary market the ones that you missed out on, or you have to vote for the correct character every time. But there should be like an interest in collecting all the characters, I think.
So
just like a little
yeah, I mean, I like the idea. How many characters do you envision total? Do you see you're going to expand to? So now we have the 3, but what do you see this kind of like ramping up to? What is your vision?
Yeah, so I mean, I would love to be hundreds. I've currently made about 14 or 15 in various levels of completion, and the idea as well is to kind of, the XRPC allows for funding at the same time, which will be put into this series. So it will allow me to hire out, musicians and other animators. So it's not all on me, and I can focus a little bit on scripting and some other things to build storyline. And at the same time, I'm able to quickly release sort of shorts, which will be more like very up to date with the news type animations. Like this guy on the left talking about the current day situation with the crypto market. Like maybe he's doing some crypto analysis in his spare time or something like that. So the idea is to, as well as having a main storyline, you also have some shorts.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. Hans Loaded says, any thoughts of using these platform characters in other metaverse platforms, let's say like Ledger City?
I actually have to look into Ledger City. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, it's kind of another project on XRPL.
Is it?
Which is pretty interesting. Yeah, we had Mo on here, I think, before it released, I think, but we talked a little bit about it. But it's a very, very cool project. I would look into it. It's very very well thought out as well. So it's like, I just love the creativity that I see. There's a lot of great things going on in the crypto space. Don't get me wrong. There's just amazing stuff going on, but I love when it focuses around utility. I love the amount of
Yeah.
thought that you put into everything you do, everything you touch is just, there's a lot going on, even little tiny details here and there. It's just, it's incredible what you've done. And you know, and obviously, you know, thanks for coming on the chain, because, you know, we've talked a little bits and pieces over the years, and, you know, we try to get you on here for a while. So it's really nice that we can focus on, you know, some of this, you know, your projects, the XRPC, and obviously the, you know, the this project here, Block Mirror. You got some good stuff going on, man, and it's really, really exciting to see what's happening in our community, and the talent that you know, where you started and where you're taking this, and where it's going to expand. And you probably have some other ideas floating around your head too, you know, as you get through this, some other potential ideas that you're probably dreaming up. Am I right about that?
Yeah. I'm always thinking, what can I do next? And also, like, how, so I always intend to sort of interlink everything that I do, so that they bring utility and value for each project. So it's better to do that than keeping each thing separate. But yeah, I have a few things. I mean, I'm looking to get my work into galleries and doing a few oil paintings, one-of-one kind of artworks and things like that at the moment. And a built-in page on my website that should allow people to just do a quick search to check if their print is authentic or not, just through the chips that will be on each print. So I'm just trying to attach it as much as I can to the NFT, making it as digital as possible.
That's great. And also too, you have a section on the website too called Trade. You know, if you want to perform trades.
So like, the concept being that depending on what the person owns or what the person would like to sell, you know, buy or sell, because I think it's nice to offer digital artwork, but you need, at least in my opinion, it's nice to make sure that physical artwork is very liquid. So I came up with a way to make people quickly trade their physical prints. So the way it works is, if somebody's interested in buying a print, they go onto my Discord, and they kind of negotiate between each other. Then they come up to one of these trade options, and they fill in the forms. And the seller, I basically act as an intermediary. So I will hold the cryptocurrency that the buyer has. They send it to my wallet, and then I need photo evidence that the print is out of circulation. So I usually ask if they, you know, cut it in half, and the certificate of authenticity is cut. So, and then I basically create a new print and sign it and send that to the new owner. That way, both parties maintain anonymity, which is part of what I like about crypto in itself. So they don't have to interact with each other with sharing personal information. And I take a service fee depending on the value of that trade. And that's about the basic concept.
Even that is incredibly well thought out, right? So you put a lot of energy and thought into that. So being that intermediary, you also have that way to prove it, and you're making sure that you're also not only protecting anonymity, but you're also protecting the trade as well, to make sure that everything's authentic and it's right. So that's
because it's
really good.
I cannot guarantee that the person who owns the print will send it to the new owner, or that it will be received in the condition that I would like it to be in. There's just no way, you know, and
exactly
to mitigate that risk, I have to be the intermediary.
Yeah, and that's a really and great. And again, that's really well thought out. Hans Loaded says, Johnny, very talented, sir. Thank you for sharing. Keep doing what you're doing in the community. We really appreciate you. And I know that that's one person, but that's speaking for everybody else in the community. And I can echo that sentiment as well. For just what you've done in the community, just giving people. I can't tell you how many times. Hey, so explain what XRP is and what that. Hey, check out this. Okay, what is that? Look, that's value. It's and then you show that to them, and they go like, "Oh, okay, I get it." It's the best. It's the best, like whatever it is, 10-second explainer videos. Because when you work in corporate, whenever everybody has an explainer video, this is how it works. Ripple's put them out, but this one here, no sound, no nothing, just visual. That gives you exactly what it is that and how it works. So, and
that's brilliant. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I'll put that up here. Let's see, where is it? I don't know. I gotta go through one of my tabs here. It's in one of my tabs here. I can't see if I can find it, but must be on this one. Yeah, this is it. I want to throw it up there again just because it's so cool. Here it is. There it is. I want to throw it up there. There it is. Legendary. So so I'd love to just let's wrap up here. I wanted to say thank you so much for coming on the chain. It's been something that I've wanted to meet you. It's always a thrill too to meet you as well. I mean, we've had exchanges on Twitter, but it's great for the community to meet you and see you and hear about what it is. So I thought you did an awesome job today, and probably didn't get to everything, but I thought we hopefully touched on most of the important bits. But just on the way out, anything you want anybody to know as far as aside from your website at johnnylawrence.com. Anything else you want to share about your collection or some of your work?
No, just that there's the digital guitar that will be released soon, and just keep an eye out on my social media and Discord channel if you want to stay up to date with what I have in store. So thank you for having me as well.
Oh, it's a thrill to have you on. I know it was great, having Jeff. But if you guys want to follow Johnny Lawrence right there, it's @_ Johnny JONNY Lawrence.
That's right. Yeah,
yeah. Just make sure it's JONNY Johnny.
Yeah, not Karate Kid Johnny.
Yeah, not Karate Kid Johnny. Yeah, which is a good thing too, I think. But the _ Johnny Lawrence, because I'm. Yeah, so there you go, right there. And of course, I'd go ahead and follow him and first digital artist on the XRP, Flare, and Songbird community. Price history for all JL digital, physical and NFT trades, and creator of the XRPC. So located in Barcelona, Spain. So really fantastic, man. I mean, great having you on here. And do me a favor, hang out a little bit. After we'll do the wrap up after we stop going live, but hang out. I want to just thank everybody in the XRP community, on the chain family. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all the everything everybody shares. But go ahead and share this. The best way you can help this channel is to like, but most of all, just share it out to other people, because this kind of talent here needs to be shared. And there's a lot of interest in this brand new project. Can't wait to see more about the guitar project. That's going to be awesome too. But that's all we have here today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night. I think I'll be flying the plane solo. I think Jeff has another commitment in place. But as always, guys, thank you for joining, and we'll see you on the next one. Hang out for a little bit, Johnny, and we'll see you guys soon. Cheers. Right. Chip and Johnny, ow! Let's go.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.